Welcome to the community of
engineers, the change agents in the society.
We will continue with the topic of wind energy. In last session, we derived the expression for wind power extracted out of the wind turbines. In this session, we will discuss some governing principles for the wind turbines. From the wind turbine power expression, we extrapolate that wind power is proportional to the cube of the wind speed. And we know that this variable is not in our control. Wind speed varies location to location. However, wind speed estimation is highly essential for the site selection of the wind turbines. Then wind power is proportional to the density of air. Like wind speed, air density varies location to location. However, its value is 1.225 kg per meter cube at sea level at 20 degrees Celsius temperature in dry air. Then wind power is proportional to the area swept by the rotor. Since the swept area is pi r square, so we can say that the rotor area increases with the square of the rotor diameter. Thus the turbine, which is twice as large, will receive 4 times as much energy. So we can say that the rotor area determines how much energy a wind turbine is able to harvest from the wind. Here we can see the visual of wind turbine blade, which is of 100 meter in length. So by increasing the length of the wind turbine blade, the power output of the turbine will increase exponentially. Now, according to the Bird's law, no wind turbine can capture more than 59% kinetic energy of the wind. Therefore, the coefficient of performance or coefficient of efficiency is incorporated in basic expression of the wind power. So the maximum power that could be extracted from the wind in terms of upstream wind velocity is half Cp rho AV cube. Here Cp is the coefficient of performance, which can be defined as the proportion of power in the wind that the rotor can extract. Whereas the maximum value of Cp is 59% as per Bird's law, excluding all other factors, but in reality the value of Cp ranges between 25% to 45%. The coefficient of performance is not constant. It influenced by the wind speed, rotational speed of the turbine blade parameters like the turbine blade profile, the angle of attack, the pitch angle, etc. The value of Cp with regards to the wind speed is calculated by using this expression. Here in this expression, V represents the upstream wind velocity and V naught represents the downstream wind velocity. Now the tip speed ratio. It is of vital importance in design of the wind turbines. Tip is the end of the blade, as we see in the diagram that the speed of the blade is 0 at center of the rotor. As we move away from the center of the rotor, the speed increases, and at the tip of the blade it is maximum. It is also influenced by the number of blades in the wind turbines. For fewer blades, the speed will be more, and for more blades, the speed will be low. Further, if the rotor turns too slowly, most of the wind will pass between the rotor blades unchecked, and if the rotor turns too quickly, the blurring blades will appear like a solid wall. So the tip speed ratio should be adjusted for optimal efficiency to extract maximum power. Also, the empirically proven relationship for the optimum tip speed ratio for the maximum power output is as 4 pi upon n, where n is the number of blades. So we can see here, for one blade the tip speed ratio is very high, and for 10 blades the tip speed ratio is low. Now just to recap, wind power is proportional to the cube of the wind speed. Wind power is proportional to the density of the air. Wind power is proportional to the area swept by the rotor. Around 59% of kinetic energy in the wind is converted into mechanical energy as per the Bird's law. Tip speed ratio should ideally be proportional to the wind speed. Wind power is proportional to the square of the radius. Doubling the radius will quadruple the power. When radius is doubled, the power is quadrupled, so the tip speed ratio will be dropped by half. Stresses caused by the blade weight will increase in proportion to the radius. Blade natural frequencies decrease in proportion to the radius. Blade thickness is in proportional to the radius. Square cube law. Assuming geometric and material similarities, as the turbine size gets larger, all dimensions will increase. Here power output goes by the square of the dimensions, but the weight goes up by the cube of the dimensions. So in fact, square cube law limit the ultimate size of the wind turbine. So with this we end our discussion here.